Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. And for the third time in 2 weeks, we are back at the grave of crypto. It has died once more, 3 times. In 2 weeks, we have seen Bitcoin come back down to this $84,000 level. Why has it happened? We're going to tell you today. But in short, Donald Trump imposed his tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico. There is light on the horizon, however, which is that on Friday, we are going to have the very first crypto summit. That's going to be 25 industry leaders sitting down with Donald Trump. And there are rumors about what is going to come out of that meeting. And I am going to cover off some of those rumors today and tell you what I think of them, as well as the next video that I am going to make is going to be about the coins included in the strategic reserve in America. Now, I'm going to break it up a little bit. There's a lot of variables. I'm going to go over that this afternoon probably and publish a video today. So that's what you've got to look forward to. Back to normality. So for Packer, unfortunately, we are back. And I am clean shaven. I clean shave because I don't like to do it too close to the live stream on Wednesday, which we're going to have 7 p.m. Central European time on Wednesday. We've got our next live giveaway. We're going to be giving away Mew on Wednesday night. But back to the show. Again, I haven't even changed the title of the show. Bitcoin going to zero. That is what everybody wants you to believe. And we are not going to zero. Bottom left-hand corner, you will see the fans has been replaced with question marks. Why is that? We have an announcement again on Wednesday to tell you. Good morning to Velvet Rope, Hidden Agendas, KB, Jan, and of course Bullish Bull. Again, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and currently there are so many people out there sad. I watched a couple of other crypto streamers last night and this morning, and all the more degen ones are in absolute blind panic. They're scared. They think it's the end of the bull run. You know, the monthly candles are telling them that it's over. We have finished. I am here to tell you that that is not the case. We don't finish in February. We have more stamina than that. Maybe we finish in May or June, yes, but my target is still November. So anyone that's telling you it's all over and it's going to zero, probably just trying to push the price down even more so they can fill their bags. It's not over for Bitcoin. It certainly isn't over for crypto. Now then, Bitcoin coming in at the magical number, 84,000. We talked about this probably middle of last week. 84,000 was one of my targets. I even put up a tweet about it. 87, I think 87,000, 84,000, and I think 72 or 73,000. I think they were the 3 targets that I put up. We're back at 84,000. It's a good sign, okay? The Friday summit is the most important event in the history of crypto until the next FOMC meeting. Always remember that. Everything is final these days, is it not? Everything is the end. Bitcoin at 84,000. Ethereum is taking a hammering to the downside. We're going to break 2,000. I think we had 1,700 and 1,900 on the downside for Ethereum. We'll have a check maybe later on. XRP hanging in there, still just under $2.50. Again, not a bad buy. Solana, our target, our bottom target, I think, was it $126 or $132? We're sitting above that. That's not a bad sign. Cardano coming in at that magical number, 80 cents. That's its level of support. We're sitting at support or previous support for a lot of coins. And again, it's make or break. If Bitcoin goes down, we are going to see massive capitulation in the alts. But we haven't done yet. And if you think about the news that comes out, tariffs are going to have less and less impact because Trump is not using them for a long-term position. He's using them as a bartering tool. When the tariffs get released and deals are made, the tariffs will go away. Very simply put. Now, do not under any circumstances, believe for 1 minute that you should be investing anything in Pi. Okay? It is pie in the sky. It is a scam. I have no idea how it has appeared there, but please don't touch Pi. I think I've got about 400 Pi. I haven't done the KYC for it. I've got no interest in the coin whatsoever. Hedera is in 12th. Chainlink 14th. Decent gains. Now, this is going to be the fun part. Pi and nothing else. Losers. This is where we can find potentially some coins that are likely to rebound. What coins are in here would we touch? Not many. Dog with Hat is down. Sonic is down. Bera, Virtuals, Injective. Jito would be a good buy for me down there. Lido would be a good buy. But again, if Ethereum starts going down to $1,700, $1,900, anything associated with Ethereum is going to get absolutely tanked. ASI is down. I cannot believe ASI is at 58 cents. My target is $5. That is probably my number one AI pick. Now, we've got plenty of time. If we've got November as the deadline, we've got plenty of time for these recoveries. Remember, crypto goes up as fast as it comes down. We've seen a $10,000 Bitcoin candle. Okay? It can happen at any point. And with some of these alts, some of them are never going to go on to do 10 on 20x's. That's why we try and pick what we think are going to be better suited to pump. Bonk has been hammered. Trump has been hammered. Sui, everything has been hammered. There's not a lot else I can tell you. There's not a lot else I can tell you. Now, the majority of what my thinking is along the same lines as Dan, but I do differ slightly on a couple of his points. The meeting on Friday is important. Now, what he talks about here, he hasn't included what I want to say. Basically, on Friday, there are 25 individuals that are going to sit down with Donald Trump, Sachs, I think he's called, and discuss many crypto-related things, okay? The rumor is there are going to be zero capital gains taxes on American-based cryptos. That's the rumor, okay? Now, that's a positive for me, but it's a rumor. It hasn't been announced. Secondly, and the one thing not included in here is, we don't know the list of the 25 attendees. And I think Trump has played a blinder. If Trump front runs this meeting and tells everybody a week in advance or 3 days in advance who's going to be at this meeting, all of those coins are going to pump. All of them are going to pump because people are going to believe and speculate that every person at that table, their coin will be involved in the strategic reserve. And that is unfounded. The only coins, and I said this to one of the members today in a message, the only coins you should be seriously contemplating for the next 4 years are the coins that have physically come out of Trump's mouth. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, ADA, and XRP. They're the only 5 mentioned at this moment in time. Now, the video that I'm going to make, the strategic reserve video I'm going to make, is to try and explain to you just how many American-based coins there are and which ones I think are going to do the best. And it's not just about being in the strategic reserve. Anybody can be in the strategic reserve. You know, I go back to my comment, how many NFTs are too many NFTs? 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion? The same with the strategic reserve. At which point does being in the strategic reserve start to lessen the impact on the value of your project? HBAR could very well go to a $30 billion project. Solana could very well go to $500 off the back of this. Ethereum could go to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 off the back of this. But when we are 25 coins deep and we are adding Pi to the strategic reserve, when is that going to have the lessening impact? You know, the Elon Musk theory I talked about yesterday is very simple. Elon Musk talked about crypto, and every time he talked about crypto, the effect lessened. The Trump thing and tariffs, I said this yesterday, the more he talks about tariffs, the less it's going to affect the market. The more we see of the strategic reserve and the more coins associated with it, the less impact we're going to see. Grayscale is a perfect example. Grayscale had 5 or 6 trusts, which are not ETFs, they're just private funds where you can buy proxy versions of that currency, whether it be Ethereum, Solana, whatever it might be. They had 5, they were the big ones. Now they've got about 50. Again, the market caps of some of those, the TVL of some of those is very, very low. So the strategic reserve, which should just be Bitcoin, and should, if it's not going to be Bitcoin, possibly be only 3, 4, or 5 tokens, what's it going to be? 50? 100? Is it going to pump the entire market to $100 trillion? I don't think so. And I think we have to be careful. So that's my additional comment to this. Now, the comment I want to make out of here is this. We sold off yesterday massively, and there are people sitting on big profits. I've got the tweet for KB showing you that the guy that went long has now gone short. I think he's on $81 million of unrealized profits. When that guy closes and goes long, I am going to put a long on Bitcoin, because that person is clearly Donald Trump's son, Barron Trump, or one member of World Liberty Finance. But nobody's found the connection yet. Somebody somewhere knows something that we don't. And that is why I think there's massive market manipulation going on. It's not a case of tinfoil hat. There are a group of men in black suits in a room buying and selling Bitcoin. There are people who have insider information that know what's going to come out of Donald Trump's mouth. And don't be surprised by that. We all know what you got with Donald Trump. But was he a better choice than Kamala Harris? Absolutely. Of course he was. So, lesser of two evils. He comes with baggage. And that's something else you should know. And because he comes with baggage, you're going to see this kind of manipulation. He's made probably $150 million out of Melania, out of Trump, out of World Liberty Finance. Don't think he's in this for the sake of just America. He's also lining his family's pockets as well. So, the summit is going to be announced. I think we're going to see a relief rally before the summit. I think if the list of people gets announced today or tomorrow, or even as far out as Thursday, those coins are going to pump. And then I think what's going to be included in the strategic reserve is going to be kept a secret for a while, because if they don't, everybody in the market is going to front run them. They've already told you that it's going to be Bitcoin and the top 5, but they're going to get front run on everything else. And again, be careful with that. That's all going to be in my video. So again, this sums up perfectly what I was going to say. Cards close to the chest, possible 0 rate tax on crypto coins which are based in America. We're going to see a relief rally, certainly going to see a relief rally. I don't think we're going to go down below 79,000. Probably putting in a higher low at some point around here. Maybe we go to 81, 82,000, something like that. But again, when people are fearful, that is when you buy. When people are greedy, that is when you sell. Bear that in mind. Gemini co-founder Tyler Winklevoss says XRP, Sol, and ADA are not suitable for a strategic crypto reserve. Only one digital asset in the world right now meets that bar, and that is Bitcoin. Now, I agree wholeheartedly with that statement. Absolutely agree with it. But there's nothing anybody can do about it, because it's the president of America. Now, personally, I think having the likes of Solana, a private enterprise, and XRP, a private enterprise, in a strategic reserve, I don't know why that is acceptable. However, what I will say is this isn't the first time this has happened. If you go back probably about 3 years, and KB probably knows about this as well in chat, the American government started buying stocks and shares. When I think it was about COVID time, they started to buy, I don't think they were buying the entire S&P 500, but they were buying the top 10 or 20 stocks and shares, and they were doing it to keep the markets up. Now that's market manipulation as well. So what can we do about that? Right then, let's move on very quickly. By the way, my chat is not working. The software that I use to connect to the stream, for some reason, it keeps kicking me out of chat. So I have to use my trusty mobile phone. Good morning, Solo Sky. Good morning, Mags. Active Dodger. Hope they add that coin, which I will not mention that coin, but I hope they do as well. So Ondo Finance has surpassed 1 billion in TVL. Okay. I know this is going to be a really, really, really US-centric strategic reserve stream, but at the minute, it's all there is. Okay, that we can talk about as many coins as you want, but until Bitcoin gets its arse back above $90,000 and $100,000, there's no real point in looking at brand new launches. Okay, we're not even going to talk about the Crow 70 billion remint, but Ondo Finance has been bought by many people close to Donald Trump, including World Liberty Financials. Now, we're going to have an article about this later on where we talk about that, but this 1 billion in total value locked for Ondo Finance, and this is ranked at a multi-billion-dollar project. Now, Maple Finance, who we are sponsored by, and bear in mind, I approached Maple Finance. They did not approach me. I approached them. They have 600 million in TVL, and they are 20 times smaller in value than Ondo Finance. Why is that? Because Ondo Finance has the speculation behind it. It has the BlackRock speculation. It has the World Liberty Financials behind it. And I think this could make up part of a strategic reserve. And if it doesn't, it's going to be the yield master of anything that World Liberty Financials does. That is my prediction. And again, I don't want to keep pointing this out, but I did say in my January 2025 prediction video that the strategic reserve was going to be made up of more than just Bitcoin. Let's stick with it. Ondo is... I'm going to make an Ondo versus Maple video. I've already made the Maple video, which is half an hour long. Real deep dive into Maple Finance. That token is called Syrup. You can buy that on all good exchanges now. Ondo's token is under $1. I think that's a really good price. I think it's like 95 cents right now. I think Ondo is a good price. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's going to go to $50. It certainly isn't. I think $5 to $10 is a really good price. And that sounds crazy because we're at 95 cents now. But if it's in the strategic reserve, it's going to do multiples, maybe $3 or $4. Okay? Look at what XRP has done. Look at what ADA has done. Now, Ondo and Maple, for me, are two possible bull run exit strategy projects. Ondo has a USDY, a yield-bearing stablecoin. And it also has OUSG, which is a gilts product, which is linked to American gilts. Now, Trump is going to want to push that because Ondo is going to have to buy more of them. That's going to support the price of it. Same with stable coins, okay? So I think Ondo and Maple are both two good options for the end of the bull run. You want to take $100,000 out of this bull run, say, and you don't want to put it in your bank because you've got KYC problems, you've got AML problems because you can't show your transactions, but you know you've done them. So you're not breaking the law, but you just can't prove it. Well, you stick it in USDY and you earn 4.5%. Maple's coin is called Syrup USDC. I think that's paying 12 or 13%. So there are options for you to bring your cash to fiat and earn a yield on it while the market corrects. And that's if, by the way, and that's if this isn't the last bull run. It might very well be. The way things are going right now, I can't say. Now then, this is interesting from Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, Mr. Bitcoin, if you cut his arm open, the bone will be shaped in the B of the Bitcoin, okay? He's come out and said digital assets is a 100 trillion opportunity for the US. Trillions will flow into real world asset projects, okay? He's still talking in terms of Bitcoin, but now, as I've said to you before, he's showing his hand. He wants to have basically a massive Bitcoin liquidity pool that can be used by institutions. That's what he's trying to do. And he's trying to earn a yield out of Bitcoin without giving any Bitcoin away or staking or whatever else it might be. But real world asset tokens is a very fancy word for digitizing stocks and shares and things that are tangible. Take books. Books were tangible, now they're digital. Music, it used to be on a record, now it's digital. Films used to be on video tapes, now it's on the internet. Tokenization is basically taking something that's real and making a digital copy of it. And it's going to be absolutely huge. It's going to be massive. And Ondo and Maple and Pendle and Goldfinch and all of those companies, Mantra as well, they're all enabling that. So it's a big market. It's something you need to look at. Now then, Eric Trump, buy the dips. He's become my new financial advisor. Okay, I am no longer going to watch Ben Cowan. I am no longer going to watch anybody that talks any sense about crypto. I am just going to follow Eric Trump. Okay, he's called it the last 3 or 4 times. I'm not saying that he knows exactly what he's doing. I am not saying he knows enough about crypto, but he knows the man with the orange face. So that's all. Everything else goes out the window. Take your charts, take the Oracle charts, take KB's charts, screw them up into a ball and throw them into your paper basket and just follow Eric Trump. That's all you got to do. That's how you win at this game. And this is why you win at this game. Okay? The liquidity war. This is what happens. Now, you wonder why prices move to where they go. You wonder, why do we have pockets of resistance here or pockets of support here? Okay, and I've said many, many times, I'm not a trader. Okay, I'm not the Oracle. I know nothing about the power of 3. Power of 3 to me is salt and pepper and vinegar. That's the power of 3. You put those 3 things on anything and you make a beautiful meal. This is not about that. This is about where is the liquidity. Now, as it stands, there's just under $8 billion at $100,000. There is $4.2 billion at $80,000. Now, what could very easily happen is we, on Friday, wick straight up, not obviously straight up from where we are now, but let's say we get to 92,000. Let's say we wick to 100,000, 101,000, 100,500. That's 8 billion in liquidity liquidated. If we wick down to 79,800, which I believe would be a higher low, that would wipe out 4.2 billion. And it would be the end of the longs and the end of the shorts. So the question is, which of the two is going to happen? I think both. I think both equally could happen. We can go to 79,800 today, tomorrow. We can then come back to 88,000, 87,000, where another one of my targets was. Then we get back above 90,000 on Thursday, and then we wick above 100,000 on Friday. That's all distinctly possible, okay? Because this is what matters to the people that really move the markets at this moment in time, okay? But that, for me, that's what's calling me, okay? That's where the bright eyes are looking right now, okay? 8 billion at 100,000 is where I think we're going to see the next. And these aren't set in stone, by the way, because these longs and shorts can be closed, okay? If it wicks to there this very second, that's what gets wiped out. But obviously, as we move up, the prices will change. Now, again, one other thing to bear in mind. Let's hope for that scenario, said Rene. Well, I tell you what, market volatility makes a lot of people either very, very rich or very, very poor. And you only ever hear about the very, very rich ones. And the problem with people Not like me, because I don't do it that much, but the problem with people that you listen to on the internet, or the problem you see on X, is they only show you their wins. And that's if they're real wins. A lot of people post up fake longs, fake shorts, and it's just a house of lies. Not a house of cards, a house of lies. And that's the problem. Now, if you were ever going to inflate somebody's ego, it's this. Now, I know what you're all saying. Why is that not my head on the $100 bill? And simply, I turned them down. I didn't want my head out there. It's too big, first of all, to fit on a $100 bill. It would have to go on a $500 bill. But here we have, Brandon Gill introduces a bill to put President Trump on the $100 bill. I mean, why didn't they use the mugshot from his arrest? That's what I would have used. Absolute craziness. Now, there's two things I want to tell you about now. One is going to be an impersonation, which is probably going to get the stream kicked off. And the other is this. This is the crypto whale who shorted ETH with 50x leverage currently has an unrealized profit of 81 million, according to Look On Chain. Now, I missed the trick on Sunday, and I'll admit it. Somebody pointed out there was a $250 million long placed on Bitcoin and Ethereum just before Trump announced the strategic reserve would have Solana, ADA, XRP in it. It pumped, they made a fortune, they closed it. Then they opened a short, and what I didn't do was I didn't follow the short. And that short is now sitting at an $81 million profit. The most important person in crypto to watch right now is this person. Is it Eric and Barron Trump? It could very well be. It could be. Now, if it is, it's market manipulation, and that is a serious, serious crime. If it's a friend of a friend of a friend, I don't know how far away you have to go from that. Then obviously it's somebody that's just very, very lucky at guessing what's going to happen in the market. But to guess Donald Trump's tweet and then to guess the tariffs, I mean, Kabir pointed out the tariffs yesterday in chat. That's not the point. They're short-term things. Longer-term things are where the markets are going. But short-term things like this person's walked away with, what, $200 million in 48 hours? Everybody in crypto has suffered at this person's hands. And who that person is a mystery, but I guarantee you they know somebody in the Trump family. Okay? That's the last one. Now, this is another warning. Okay? A warning. Pay attention to what I am about to say. I made a video and I told you not to buy Ye, which I think is Kanye West's name for some reason. You know the meme, don't you? Why are you gay? You know the meme, okay? Everybody knows the meme. It's got its own token, and the man behind the comment has been tweeting out for days telling you to buy this token. Number one, it's homophobic, and we don't stand for that kind of stuff around here. Everybody's equal, apart from maybe the Democrats, but everybody's equal apart from the Democrats, okay? Is it a bundle or a sniped scam? It's both. 85% is controlled by the team. I'm not going to go through the tweet. It's not important, okay? Anybody you see that you know that's famous that tells you to buy a coin is scamming you. You are their exit liquidity. You might as well just send them the $100. Hulk Hogan, Hoctor, Andrew Tate, Iggy Azalea, they've all done it. They've all done it. Donald Trump's done it. Melania's done it. They've all done it. Don't buy this crap. If you're going to buy a meme coin, you buy one from a community. And that is Bonk, Pepe, Dog with Hat, Mew, which we're going to have a giveaway on Wednesday for, Brett on base, biggest meme coin over there. I know they've all been hammered. I'm fully aware they've all been hammered. But if you're going to go and buy a meme coin, I can't tell you if you go and put money on a horse that you're going to lose your money, because you're still going to go and play the Grand National. If you're going to go to a casino, what are you going to do at the casino? Drink expensive cocktails. You're going to go and play on the slots. I can't stop you from doing that. Gambling is bad, yes. But if you're going to go, make sure you limit it to what you can afford to lose. So if you've got £100 in your pockets and you go to the casino and you want to lose £100 or you want to win, you go with your £100. You don't bring your credit card. If you buy a meme coin and you've got $50 to waste on a meme coin, you buy a solid meme coin, you buy a community meme coin, you buy Mew, you buy Bonk, you buy Dog with Hat, you buy Pepe. You don't buy this crap, okay? Because it's going to go to zero, okay? So where I've got on my screen there, Bitcoin going to zero, it's the memes that are going to go to zero. And at this moment in time, an awful lot of coins are getting absolutely shredded. The alt season hasn't started yet. Alt season hasn't started yet. Don't bear that in mind. Right then, this is a little bit more detail on the tweet that we've got. $100 trillion opportunity. I mean, if I showed you a meme, Florida man eats crocodile, and I put this picture up, you'd believe me, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know whether he's psychotic. I don't know whether he could be an American psycho. But I mean, those eyes. No wonder he's got laser eyes. He emphasised the potential economic impact of a progressive digital assets policy, claiming it could represent a $100 trillion opportunity for the United States. His remarks have sparked considerable interest, although it hasn't really done a lot. That was actually a terrible article. But we've kind of covered it anyway. Right, I suppose we should have a look at the Bitcoin chart while we're here. Good morning. Good morning. So many people in chat today. It's great to see. And if you're here for some downbeat, sad streamer that's told you to be buying crap for the last 2 years, then you've come to the wrong channel, I'm afraid. I am not here to be a Debbie Downer. You should be holding the same coins that we have been telling you to hold for 2 years. Now then, where are we? Well, I think the chart, there we go. Okay. First of all, as I said yesterday, and I will keep telling you, in the January of every year, we have that yellow arrow, which is a bottom. The yellow arrow, bottom. We then have a green arrow, which is top. Okay, and you can see them all along there. And I'm going to die on this hill. I am going to die on this hill. This box here is where we are going to go. And if we do not go there, the structure has broken. Okay, in my opinion, the bull run is broken. Now, is there an argument to say that this is actually... Can I actually move that box? It's not letting me anyway. There is an argument to say that this was the move and we were just early to it. There is an argument for that. There is an argument to say that the entire market has moved forward 3 or 4 months. That is still on the case, okay? But I am not going to veer away from what I've been saying, because January, February and March has had the same pattern every year. So I am still happy with the price of Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin could probably, worst case scenario, come down to about 73, 72,000. That's the worst case scenario. Now, what I think is likely to happen is we put in some kind of higher low. That's what I think is going to happen, okay? Can't say for certainty, but I don't think we are going to see, what's that, 78,000. I don't think we're going to go to 78,000. I think we're going to put in a higher low. This might be the higher low, okay? We might be at the higher low now. It might come down a little bit more. But what I would strongly advise against is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days. I would not be longing or shorting at this stage. We've still got the soothsayer, Nancy Pelosi probably, short. Until that short closes, I believe, because I think it's an insider, I believe they're still expecting more downside action. Okay, so my bottom is 79,000 at this moment in time for here. If we go to 72, 73,000, I will not be very happy, because this looks like it's starting to do a massive fall down here, and I don't want to see that. Okay, so I think 79,000, maybe we breach 80,000 again, but as I said yesterday, this line here, which is at about 100,000, this is where we've got to get back above. Okay, we've struggled every time we have got above that figure, which is about 99,000, is it? Yeah, just under 100,000, about 99,000. We've struggled above that price. We haven't broken clear of it, and we've never used it as support. In fact, if you look, it's been nothing but resistance, and we've breached it briefly, but it's resistance. So for us to really start to do anything in this red zone, what we'd have to do, in my opinion, is have some have some support, and then move up. But again, there's a lot to happen this week. Friday's the most important day in crypto, but not just for Bitcoin this time. For all of the people attending, whether it be Crow and Chris, whether it be Brad and XRP, Charles and Ada, all of those coins, when that picture appears on Friday with Trump in the middle and all of those people to the left and right of him, who are all project leaders, CEOs, exchange CEOs, whatever it might be, that's going to be the defining factor of where the next move is going to be. And I hope, I can't guarantee, I hope it's up, but who knows. Now, what time is it? I think we're going to move on to the next little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to skip a couple of these articles because I'm going to keep them for the video. We don't need to talk about the crypto reserve any more. What we need to talk about is, where is Ethereum going to end up? Strategic. Is that like a strategic retreat to 72,000? You know the is it the Royal Marines, or is it SO19? I can't remember what it is. Everybody calls them the SAS, but there's lots of different people that make up the SAS. The SBS do most of the work, and there's always a strategy which they use, which no matter how many numbers the opposition have, they always advance, because psychologically, advancing on a position will always force you into a stage of retreat. Okay, and I don't think going to 72,000 is going to help anybody, because that's an almighty pump to get us back from 72,000 up to 115,000. I mean, it's doable, of course. But the one thing I would say, if you take 30% off 106,000, because the rule of thumb is 30% correction. If you take 30% off 106,000, you get to about $74,000. So that would be a 30% correction. And just like the golden child, all of the predictions, the prophecies will come true if we go to 74,000, in theory. Ethereum price crashes 13% despite the Trump crypto reserve announcement. Why? I just think I'm going to blame everything on what's his face? Vitalik. Every single major exchange, every single major cryptocurrency at the table has a nice man with a lovely shave, lovely hair, and a nice suit. And which one doesn't? Ethereum. Okay? There was a conversation last night about, and I'm going to digress a little bit, and I'm going completely off tangent here, but I'm going to give you an example. Kronos Chain are going to print 70 billion tokens, which sounds incredible because they've only got a 30 billion supply, and there's not 30 billion in circulation. Now, it's going to get locked up. for 5 years, and then it's going to get released, and it's going to take forever for that to come back into circulation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you wrap it up. It's the optics. Optics are basically how bad things look. You know, you see these pictures, you know, the Donald Trump one at the rally where he's got blood on his face. That was the optic. The Donald Trump mugshot, that was the optic. That was the optic. Those two things were two of the most significant pictures from the last presidential campaign. There are optics in everything you look at, okay? The optic of printing 70 billion tokens is the reason that it's not going to go down very well, and it's going to actually do more harm than good. It's not the fundamentals, it's the optics. This problem with Ethereum is not, for me, a fundamental problem. All of traditional finance is going to Ethereum. Ondo is on Ethereum. It has layer 2s. It's got the most development on it. It's got smart contracts. It's got shared liquidity. It's got everything going for it. But at the head, you had a little man that does silly dances, who weighs 4 stone wet and dresses as Pikachu, okay? And now is not the time to have a little boy running around managing Ethereum. Yes, he can be in charge of the direction of the project. Yes, he's probably, as I've said before, probably one of the top 5 most intelligent people in crypto. But he's not a CEO. He's not a leader. He's not somebody that should be in charge of a $200, $300, $400, $500 billion chain. He solely is the reason, in my opinion, why there is a potential for nobody from Ethereum to be at that summit. Now, they've just appointed last week a young Chinese lady. A young Asian lady. She's not Chinese. A young Asian lady. Can't remember her name. That's what I need to remember. She's going to give Ethereum that optic. And that is the key. Because you can't have Brad. Even Charles Hoskinson looks somewhat respectable in a suit, you know. Anatoly looks good, you know. There's lots of people that look good in suits. Vitalik doesn't look good in a suit. He looks like a coat hanger in a suit, okay? That's all he looks like. We've got a skeleton downstairs that we put costumes on for Easter, for Halloween, for Christmas, okay? And we put a Santa outfit on it. We put a zombie outfit on it. It's still a skeleton. You can still tell it's a skeleton. You can still tell it's Vitalik. He's not the right man for the job. Now, we have a problem with Ethereum, and that's it's going in completely the wrong direction in terms of price action, okay? I think we could easily hit $1,700. Easily, okay? Doesn't mean it's the end of the bull run. Doesn't mean it's all over, okay? But we need to see some action. So the FUD and market manipulation, yes, we know about market manipulation. Insider trading, yes, we know all about that. This is regarding the guy that I showed you before who's now shorted the market. He longed the market, and he did it with Ethereum, and he did it with Bitcoin. But let me just reiterate the most important thing about Ethereum. World Liberty Finance, under the control of the Trump family, are going hell for leather to buy Ethereum-based projects, including buying and staking Ethereum. They are buying wrapped Bitcoin. Why? Because you can earn a yield on it. You can't earn yield on Bitcoin, but you can on wrapped Bitcoin on the Ethereum blockchain. Ondo is partnering with World Liberty Financials. Ondo is on Ethereum. Ethereum has traditional finance. It has BlackRock behind it. It has many other top-tier blue-chip companies behind it. It is not going to go to zero. But the optics of Ethereum under Vitalik, it's like the age of orcs has passed and the age of men has arrived. Okay, I'm not calling him an orc. I'm just saying we need a handover of Ethereum into a new set of safe hands. Okay, we don't want jokes anymore on Twitter about communism. It's not going to go down very well. You're in charge of a chain, and you should act that way. Right then. Good morning, Kishan. I hope you are well. I hope everybody watching as well. Remember, if you're new here, smash the like button. Say hello. I don't bite. Anyway, one of the narratives of many that have fallen out of the news is AI. Meme coins have died a death. Real world asset tokens, which weren't in the news, are now back in the news. And as I keep saying to you, when it's in the news and the markets are pumping and all of those coins go to all-time highs, you don't want to be buying in at those prices. Now, AI tokens are taking an absolute hammering. Some of them are down 90, 95%. I don't believe for 1 minute that AI is finished. It hasn't even started. So if you are looking, and again, going back to the gentleman or lady in chat that mentioned this coin that I do not mention the name of. Okay, where is it? There. Okay, I'm not going to mention that name because it's probably one of the most stupid names for a project in crypto. I have 3 AI tokens outside of NEAR and outside of FET. FET, and I'm going to use this term and it's probably going to come back on me. FET is too big to fail. It's the largest independent AI project. It's long-term going to be a success in my opinion. NEAR Protocol has direct connections to AI, DeepIn, and of course NVIDIA. They are my 2 gold standard picks. After that, I have incredibly small bags in AIXBT, Virtuals, and AI16Z. They are my 3 small picks. And when I mean small picks, the kind of money that you gamble with on meme coins is what I gamble with on AI tokens. Okay, because it is a gamble. Maybe all 3 of these collapse and one comes along next week or next month that blows them all out of the water. Okay, so they're a gamble. They are very, very volatile. That's why they can go down 95% and then go up 50x. So bear that in mind. But AI tokens shouldn't leave your, what do they call it now, mind share? It shouldn't leave your consciousness just because the market is in a downtrend or the market is in a correction or whatever you want to call it. You should be looking at them, bookmark them. Not saying you should go and buy them, because just because something's down 95% doesn't mean it can't go down another 95%. If you've got something that's $100 and it goes to $5, and you think, right, the bottom's in, I'm going to buy it now. It can go from $5 to 50 cents. There's nothing stopping it. It can even go from 50 cents to 5 cents. Okay? Just because something is already down 95% doesn't mean it can't continue, and you should always bear that in mind. But I think there are some of these tokens I think have been sold off, because what started the sell-off was DeepSeek, which turned out to be can't say what I want to say about it, but turned out to be FUD, because what they said they were doing was building a better version of ChatGPT and a better AI model than anything that had been built in America, and they'd done it for 5 packets of Quavers and a bag of KP nuts. And in fact, it turned out it had cost them billions to actually do it. So the market never recovered after that, and it still hasn't recovered. So there are coins. What would have happened is everybody would have sold off everything. Now, Virtuals tried to go to Solana, and it failed on Solana. Why? Because Solana is currently going through a massive dip as well, because it got kicked by Trump, Melania, Central African Republic, Libra, all kicked Solana. So Solana is hurting. Virtuals went to Solana. Everything's hurting, but it doesn't mean these projects are going to fail. The Virtuals ecosystem slowed down with fewer individual agents trading. Very few new pairs are created. This is a slowdown after the spike of the industry. AI agent tokens stage a small recovery. Again, I wouldn't be looking to get back into this market today. I'm telling you, because for those of you that do not know, you can go to CoinMarketCap. And this is probably a good bit of research for you. You can go to CoinMarketCap and you can type in AI, and you can click on categories, and you get all these different ones. But let's just go AI big data, because I think that's the main list that shows you the biggest coins. So on here, you can see the top AI related projects. And again, don't just go in and buy the top 5. That's going to doom you to failure. But look at which coins are in here. Near Protocol, good project. ICP, a lot of people don't like it. Render has associations with Apple. ASI, that should be a $5 billion market cap project. It's down. Stories had a massive run up. Theta's in there. The Graph is in there. Virtuals is down there. AI or IOs is down there. Again, there's lots of good projects in here. Go and check it out yourself. I'm not going to tell you which ones to buy. I'm going to tell you which ones I own, which are those 3, and then Near and FET. And then just go and have a look, bookmark some of those on CoinMarketCap. Go over to X and follow some of them. Because remember, I know I always have this conversation with KB in chat. Chicken and egg, news and charts, okay? If there is some breaking news out of Near tomorrow that they are going to be powering something to do with NVIDIA, it's going to rip to the upside, okay? You can't base your life on those kinds of press releases, but what you can do is you can go and have a look at the roadmap. You can go and have a look at the conferences. You can go and see where they're going to be, okay? And again, you can't have 100 projects under your portfolio, because how do you monitor them all? You've got to stick to 20, 30. Maybe in your main portfolio, 6 to 8. But what I mean by that is you might have a meme coin bag, you might have a real world asset bag, you might have an AI bag, and then you've got your main bag. So just bear that in mind. Now, Ondo, $6.25 million of whale action on Ondo's price isn't a massive amount of money, all things considered. I think it's a $2 billion project? But what is important to understand is that World Liberty Finance, or World Liberty Financials, I keep calling them World Liberty Finance, they are buying Ondo. That should be a big hint. A major whale sold Pepe and Beam for 6.25 million DAI and incurred 14.4 million loss. However, the whale's next move sparked intrigue, putting $5.34 million into Ondo at a price of 117. This is not a good whale. He's already down 20% on that trade alone. But I don't think 117 is bad long term to get in at Ondo. It's trading at 111. I think it's now trading at 96, 97 cents. Is it a surge, or is it a pump? Is it a dump? 15.4% increase in new addresses over the last 7 days. Active addresses risen by 36%. 27% rise. Again, I don't really care about any of this nonsense. Is it on the verge of a breakout? No. But is it a good price to buy? Yes. There are a lot of coins which will not see another day in 2028, 2029, in the next bull run. There are a lot of coins that are not going to make it that far. There are a lot of coins that will. And Ondo, I talk a lot about November, but I know a lot of people buy and forget, buy Bitcoin and forget, and want to hold it for the next 10 or 15 years. If you're going to buy a coin for the next 5 or 6 years, Ondo should certainly be something that you look at, okay? It's a solid project, and it's in the next big industry. Along with AI, it's in the next big industry. So again, this article has been pretty rubbish, to be honest, but I would say that real world assets are a good industry for you to consider for a portfolio, certainly. But I've been saying that for a long time. Right then, let's move on very quickly. Where are we up to? We are up to Vietnam. This is the last article of the day. I've cut a couple out, by the way, because I wanted to talk to you about the coins that are going to be in the crypto reserve, strategic crypto reserve, but that's going to be in a video. There's no point talking about that. Then there is the comparison between 2025 and 2021. Again, I don't think that's important. We've nailed that to death today. So I think we just move on. This is the last article, and then I'm going to have a little filler at the end. So Vietnam will have a legal framework for crypto in March. The Prime Minister of Vietnam, I'm not pronouncing his name, don't even wait for it, recently requested that proposals for a legal framework on cryptocurrencies be submitted within this month. According to the Ministry of Finance, it's required to preside over, together with the State Bank of Vietnam, the proposal and submission of a legal framework for managing digital assets and currencies. They are ramping up their regulation efforts. The party has directed, the government has agreed, the National Assembly has agreed, the people have supported, and the fatherland has expected. So just discuss to action, not to retreat, said the head of government. As of now, crypto is not considered a digital currency in Vietnam. Many businesses register in Singapore or the US and then operate in Vietnam. That leads to a disadvantage and revenue loss. That, by the way, is the only thing governments care about. Why does Donald Trump care about crypto? Because he wants to make America the crypto hub. And why does he want crypto to be why does he want America to be the crypto hub? Taxes, money, revenue. That's what he cares about. He cares about making more tax dollars. If he makes more tax dollars off things like this, then he can do one or two things. He can cut taxes on individuals. He can lower lots of things, but he can also increase spending. He can increase spending on many things. How else does he save money? He lets Elon Musk and Doge run around finding contracts that should never have been signed by the American government. That's another thing that he does, but tax revenue is a key. So Vietnam are FOMOing in, and they're FOMO, fear of missing out on that tax. If you don't have a legal framework to operate in your country, then other countries will allow you to trade from there. Hong Kong, Singapore, America, wherever it might be, the companies will be based there because there is a legal framework. If Vietnam doesn't have a legal framework and you operate there, what happens? You break the law, you get fined. So this is all about companies trying to get their tax dollars. What else does this mean? Well, very simply put, you are likely to see in the next 5 or 6 years the majority of exchanges being listed in the majority of jurisdictions and countries because they want their tax revenue. And to pay tax revenue, you have to have a legal entity in that company. So expect to see not just exchanges, but potentially other enterprises. Maybe XRP has an office there. Maybe Cardano has an office there. Who knows? But expect to see the growth in tax harvesting by each country. And this is what Vietnam are doing. They're not doing it for the good of the people. They're not doing it for the good of the industry. They're doing it for tax. That is all you need to care about. Now then, let's close that down. Let's come over here. This is the end of the show. We've got a couple of minutes left. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We've actually had quite a lot of people watch today, which is surprising considering how badly the market reacted to the tariffs. What's coming up then on the channel? Wednesday night, we are going to have our Mew Night. Mew Night. Mew Night is where we talk about Mew, talk about it as a meme coin. We talk about the charts. We talk about what they're up to. They're going to be different. I think they're actually in Seoul, or they're going to be in, I think they're in Seoul right now, actually. We're going to talk about developments in the in the meme coin market, and we then have our Quid Games quiz version 3, not version 1 or 2. They're in the bin. Version 3. KB won last time. Okay. Now I think there was insider trading. I think him and the Oracle shared the questions. I think he was answering the questions before they were put up. I think we need an investigation into that. But he won fair and square. Now, on Wednesday, we're going to have 3 winners. We're going to give away 3 lots of Mew. Now, luckily for you, I have been keeping the prizes in US dollars. So you are likely to get a lot more Mew for your buck than you would have done had I kept it in Mew since December, simply because everything has tanked. So Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central European time is 6 p.m. in the UK. That is 7 hours from now. So wherever you are in the world, 7 hours from now, we will have our crypto quiz. There are about 6 to 8 questions. You answer them through your computer screen, and the Oracle will record them using the magic of programming, and you will see a leaderboard that will show you where you are. Okay? Now, we're going to go for 3 winners because the chances are that having 1 winner doesn't really do anything for anybody. So having 3 winners helps. And maybe in the future we have 5 winners when we get a little bit bigger. So that is Wednesday night. On top of that, I'm going to do the strategic reserve video today or tomorrow. Okay, I'm having a hard time making video content at the minute, simply because I don't want to draw people's attention too much to projects that simply are going to keep going down. Until Bitcoin recovers and starts to really move up, and then Bitcoin dominance breaks down, I can't sit here and tell you, hand on heart, that these are the 4 best meme coins to buy this year, or this month, sorry, or these are the best tokens to buy. Of course, there are good tokens to buy, but I just don't feel right in myself making videos about tokens I think are going to move down maybe another 10 or 20% if we get a correction. And again, we might not get a correction. This could be the low, 79.8, 82, 84 could be the local low, and then we move up. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but the strategic reserve video is going to be quite in-depth. I've got the complete list of tokens that could be included, and I'm going to give you, maybe not a portfolio as such at the end of it, but I'm going to give you the full list in the description so you can go and check it out yourself. But that's it from me. It's 12:02. I've managed to do it in an hour again today. Thank you. Mags is free on Wednesday. So Mags, your challenge is to try and beat KB. KB, I think he won by a country mile last time. Now, the Oracle promises me he's made it fairer. Do I believe him? Let's wait and see. So I'm going to stream tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Same time tomorrow, 11 o'clock. And then tomorrow night, 2 streams. But remember, because I'm streaming twice tomorrow, I'm an old man. Okay? Look, I've got grey hair. Okay? I won't be streaming on Thursday because I'm knackered. I'll probably stream on Friday. So, with all that being said, thank you for being here. I will see you all on tomorrow. And thank you, KB, Mags, Kishan, Bullish Bull, all the people in chat. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to subscribe. See you all in the morning. Take care.